and we see the same idea in those liberal camps trying to justify their acceptance of homosexuality biblically, for example. Take well-known UK evangelical Bible expositor, Dr. Roy Clements. He's a pastor of a leading Baptist church in England for 20 years. In his view, that same-sex relationships between consenting adults can be acceptable before God. That's his view.
Right.
What is his justification for such a radical departure from what Scripture plainly says?
Yeah. How can he say that's biblical?
Right, yeah. What he's doing, he's imposing information from outside the Bible on the biblical text. He says that thinking evangelicals, quote, have never yielded to the blinkered dogma which insists the world must have been made in 7 days because Genesis says so.
Now, note that what he admits is that that's what actually Genesis says, that God created in 6 days and rested on the seventh.
He's taking it as plainly written,
right,
yeah. They've recognized that it is, he continues the quote, they have recognized that it is no part of Christian discipleship to turn a blind eye to discoveries of science which indicate that the earth is millions of years old. A surprising number of our most able scientists are evangelical Christians, thoroughly persuaded of the general accuracy of evolutionary theory. Now, therefore, he says, because the issue of homosexuality, no less than the debate about creation and evolution, raises key questions of a scientific nature, only a fundamentalist would suggest that because the Bible has no idea of homosexual orientation, that this modern psychological understanding of what it means to be gay has to be rejected.
Now, the implications are clear. Science has shown that the plain reading of the Bible is wrong, so ignore it and modify what the Scripture says means in order to make it get in line with what science shows. This compromise is intellectual suicide for Christians, however. Very far from what true thinking evangelicals should adhere to. Because what does a Christian do with accounts in Scripture that violate what modern science professes? Modern science doesn't support belief in floating axe heads, talking donkeys, people walking on unfrozen water, virgins giving birth, dead people coming back to life, etc. So to be consistent with Clement's view, and that of many other professing believers, Christians should say these events never truly occurred, which is to say that the Bible isn't true, Christ isn't risen, that Christianity is false. And that's exactly how liberal theologians reason.